She was worse to me than anyone. Random friends, people who didn't even like me, anything. She was the worst to me on a daily basis.
This is Travis Tuomi telling officers his 100-pound ex-girlfriend with a cancer diagnosis physically abuses him.
She was fucking feisty, she's Polish, she's fucking argumentative, she'd get drunk, all of the above. Like, it would usually be her attacking me, the other way around.
But it's the other way around, and every word out of his mouth is digging a deeper hole. Because detectives already know that the woman he claims took her own life has defensive wounds. And there are photos and videos to prove it.
Pictures you've sent of her dead body to people.
That's not true.
100% true.
No, it's not.
100% true.
Now, Travis will scramble to protect himself, not realizing his own evidence is about to bury him.
You want to see your job again? The job you did?
See, this is...
At your hands? You beat her. You strangled her.
No.
You killed her.
On August 5th, 2022, police in Denver, Colorado responded to a disturbing 911 call. A woman had just found something horrific in a backyard on High Street. When officers arrived, they discovered the body of 50-year-old Elizabeth Hatless, known to friends as Liz. She was lying under bushes, covered with a blanket and pillow. An extension cord was wrapped tightly around her neck. She had been dead for at least 24 hours in the summer heat. Liz had been struggling. She recently had been diagnosed with breast cancer and refused treatment, telling friends she'd rather die than fight. She'd been living with Travis Tuomi, a former boyfriend turned roommate, in a relationship that neighbors described as volatile. Screaming matches were a daily occurrence. Police had been called multiple times. Now, Liz was dead, and Travis had some explaining to do. Travis claimed that she had taken her own life with a piece of cord. But as you're about to see, that story has all the bite of gums with no teeth.
The interview that we want to conduct concerns the investigation of a homicide. Okay? So I got to read you your rights because you are in custody currently, not free to leave this building. Okay? So I got to read you your rights. You understand that?
I mean, that's not what happened, but yes, I understand what you're saying.
Again, that's why we're both in here, correct?
Right.
I don't know what happened. I know what we're investigating. That's what I'd like to see if you could talk to me about it.
Sure.
But I do got to read you your rights first because you are in custody, okay? If you'd like to talk to me about this incident so we can get your side of what happened, okay, you can sign this form. You don't have to. If you do choose to, at any point, you can decide when we are finished. Okay, it doesn't depend on me, it depends on you when you decide you're done. Okay?
If you already think all this, then if I'm finished, I'm just gonna go sit in a cell, wait for a judge to do the same thing, right?
Well, nobody says you're finished, right? We want to know.
I think I'm a killer, right? So
If I thought you were a killer,
go if I said no, I don't want to talk.
Well, I wrote an arrest warrant for you, but that's my version. That's what I have. That's what I can say I believe happened currently.
Yeah, like I was.
But you were
actually
there.
preparing myself mentally to calm down and either see if anyone was still at the house I could talk to or call you guys.
Before we go further, though, I just need to know if you would like to talk to me. We can have this discussion, and again, you can ask me what I know, and then say you're done. You don't have to tell me anything, okay? But if you would like to talk to me, then I need you to sign the form for me. If you don't want to, 100% you're right. You do not have to talk to me.
I mean, I'm just normally, I know it's better to have a lawyer, not say anything, etc., but like being charged with homicide, like that is not what happened. So yes, I would like to tell you my side of the story, so maybe it is not that.
And I'd like to know that.
It definitely wasn't. And, you know, I just don't know, like, I mean, I'm not going to say anything that is damning to me because there isn't anything. So, like, yes, I would tell you, like, I don't think, you know, I know it's not the right thing to do, like, as far as, but I will sign it.
Okay.
And we can at least talk a little bit.
Just sign here for me, okay? And like I said, at any point when you feel you're done, you tell me you're done and we will stop, okay? This isn't up to me when we stop, but I do have questions for you and I'd like for you to tell me some things, okay?
Travis is immediately confrontational, annoyed even. Maybe he's cold. That mesh shirt seems better suited for a Berlin rave than a downtown interrogation room.
Okay. So, how long have you lived on High Street?
Since 2012.
Okay. When you first moved in, were you who did you live with? Was it by yourself? Was it?
No, I believe I already lived with Liz at that point.
Okay. Did you guys live somewhere else prior to that?
Yes.
Where'd you live before that?
Several different houses around town.
Okay. In Denver for the most part?
Yeah.
Okay.
Aurora, doesn't if it counts, not Denver.
How long have you and Liz or let me ask this before I ask that question. Are you guys dating? Was it is it a relationship? Was it just a roommate?
We did try to have a relationship at one point.
Okay.
But it was not great between our personalities, just didn't work, whatever. And so we just agreed to go back to being friends, and I agreed to let her continue to be my roommate, because it was always me with a good job and, renting the houses or buying the houses, and then I would let her have a room,
Yeah.
for like $400 or something a month.
Okay.
Which most of the time she didn't even pay me,
Right.
but she did many times pay me $400 rent or whatever it was at the time. And so that last time we had any intimate anything was like February 2014.
So 2014 was the last time you guys had been intimate.
Around her birthday, yeah, which is February 14th.
Okay.
So yeah, 2014, was the last time we were even at all, together. Other than that, just friends, just roommates. I mean, we always did better as friends, without the like intimate stuff. Like it was easier to get along, because I don't know how far you want to go into it, but
yeah. How when you talk about obviously better as friends, how was your relationship when you were actually dating? Was it tumultuous?
It was mostly good, you know what I mean? Like good, but then there would just be times where she would flip out and like accuse me of this or that, and like right at the beginning of our relationship, I did like cheat on her, and she, when she found out about that, it was just like anytime there was a fight, it was like, oh, you cheated, this and that, she never forgave me for it, even, to the current, past. Like she would still bring that stuff up from like 2006, like I'm like.
And even though you guys aren't even in a relationship,
even though we're not even, yeah, exactly. Like she was, so it's like this insecure, jealous part of her brain, and that's why it didn't work,
Okay.
And then I tried to be, good and not, cheat or anything, and we dated for like maybe 6 years more, and she still, obviously still wasn't at all even forgiving of that stuff. And I don't know if you looked at my file already, but I was arrested in a sting, sending a dick pic to a cop in Arapahoe County.
Arapahoe County?
Yeah, and so, and I wasn't looking for that, it was just like, me and her had just broken up, really.
Okay.
So I was just looking for attention and escape, someone to talk to at all, like chatting,
Yeah.
So it's not, I wasn't out there looking for underage girls, but that's what replied to me that day. I sent 1,000 emails to 1,000 different ads, and that's when they wrote back and I talked to them. And it was unfortunate,
Yeah. And let me ask, is it not that it matters, but is that what you're currently a sex offender status for? Was that
yes.
Okay.
Yes, and I believe this is like my last year of that, and I can get off the registry. But
yeah.
Because I did all my probation, all my everything. That's one reason I was scared of coming to this stuff, is because I didn't want to mess that up. Like I've worked so hard to turn my life around and rebuild it, and that's part of why I didn't know what to do. I panicked.
Okay. So you guys have lived at that house since 2012.
Yeah, but
not really.
Anyway, like real quick too, to follow that up. Before we had just broken up, etc. I got arrested on that. When I got out of jail, she was still there at the house, and was kind of supportive through my probation and stuff. She was at least there for me.
Right.
And like as a friend, and she had talked. We sort of started a little bit of getting back together, and then that's when around February 2014, like I basically had my therapist like say we couldn't be together anymore, and then told her that.
Okay.
Like, no, they didn't really exactly say that. They like asked them, like, I can't do this, and it's not, like, you know, be with her still. Like, can you give me like a letter to show her that I have to, you know? I was like trying to get out of it with the court or whatever.
Yeah.
And they did. They were like, because they were letting it. They were like, as long as you're like, you know, she's helpful and she's supportive and whatever, we're okay with you guys being there. But blah blah blah, you know. And they even allowed us to have sex and stuff, you know, which whatever. But so anyway, around that time, like, it kind of clicked in my head that, you know, there's basically no way she was ever going to forgive that.
Travis is quite the catch. What he won't mention is how this living arrangement looked from the outside. Neighbors told police they heard screaming matches almost nightly. Friends said Liz seemed scared of him. And when Travis talks about his sex offenses like it was just a minor mistake, he's leaving out that he had solicited explicit images from someone he believed was 14 years old. The judge didn't see it as a youthful indiscretion. Neither did Liz. Neither should you.
Yeah.
So that was part of just like, I can't do this anymore. We definitely cannot go back towards that. We need to break up again and just like, you know, they said I can't, you know, have sex with you. They're like, you can stay here as my roommate, but that's it, and blah blah blah. And she agreed to it.
Okay.
And I knew that, you know, it was never gonna, you know, I was never gonna be forgiven. So that was
right.
Like the official, like, I tried to be good for 6 years on a normal cheating, you know, and then a sex offense charge. Like, I'm definitely, you know, there's no way.
No
way. Like, you know what I mean? And she did. Like, she still would. Just like, oh, you fucking this and that, and, you know, like, why don't you go, whatever, and just nasty. Like, she was worse to me than anyone. Random friends, people who didn't even like me, anything. She was the worst to me on a daily basis. Like, throwing it in my face, not daily, but, you know, whenever we got in a fight or an argument, out would come that card, and the other, you know, and this and that, you know. It's just like
anything she could throw at you.
Super toxic and like hurtful, and, you know, I guess that's all the ammo she had on me, so she'd just keep firing it, you know.
Yeah. During that time frame after the breakup, I know you said prior to that she would still argue with you, and that's kind of, it was toxic, right? How was the relationship getting after the breakup? Did it seem like it was getting better?
Yeah, like I said, we were always better as friends, and like, if she still would get jealous, she still would get kind of like, but I'm like, look, you know, you only live here, you know. I was like, you can leave if you want, you know. And I was respectful and didn't bring like girls to the house, and, you know, I think we made some rule or something that neither of us would, you know, like, she wouldn't bring guys home, I wouldn't bring girls home, and like, just out of respect and to keep our lives like out of each other's faces, basically.
Okay.
But other than that, like, yeah, we did hang out a lot. We go on trips. We go, you know, we go to concerts. Like, we did a lot together. And, you know, it's so weird to say it was, but she was a good friend.
She was a good friend.
Yeah.
Was there a point in the last couple years, last several months, where things again turned to being more toxic?
Yes.
When did that start?
Well, I found out somewhat recently that, you know, I knew she'd been going to a bunch of medical appointments, and I thought it was just like, she'd tell me it's this and that and whatever. And it turns out, like, I guess she had breast cancer.
Okay.
And was like keeping it a secret, even from me.
She wouldn't even tell you.
Yeah, no, it took her 4 months to tell me. And in that meantime, you know, she was losing weight and stuff, and she did a little bit of cocaine and stuff. So I was like, how the fuck are you getting so skinny? You know, it's not even that much cocaine that you're doing, like, you know, where you're like fucking just dropping weight like a crackhead or something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm like, you look like a fucking skeleton, you know. Like, I'm gonna feel over that. Like, I told the cancer patient she looks like a skeleton, you know, because that's why she was dropping weight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
But
so
obviously you
like,
didn't know that, right?
Obviously I didn't, but it's like still, like then once I know, like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, I didn't know. So it's like I'm supposed to feel better about it, but it still hurts that I did that. I like called her on it. And like, so anyway, like, I don't know, maybe a couple weeks, even 3 weeks. This is when she finally told me. I don't really remember the date. It's like maybe, I don't know.
She told you about 3 weeks ago or so, give or take.
That it had been 4 months since she knew.
Was it curable? Was it?
Probably.
Okay.
But she was like, I'm not going to do any treatments. I've decided this is the end. I'm not going to do chemo. I'm not going to cut off my breast. I'm not going to do any of it. Like, it's my right. I just want to die. It's like, it's been shit. Like, it was, she's like, you are not allowed to tell any of my friends. And, we are not allowed to even go to my funeral, like, me personally. Like, she's just like, it was really hard to go through.
Yeah.
And I didn't tell friends. I respected her wishes, and like, I tried to talk her out of it. I was like, has it metastasized? Like, I know I'm smart, I know some stuff, but it's like, has it metastasized? Because that's like,
That's
just a matter of time at that point,
Right.
And she's like, I don't know, I'm like, just like evaded that. So I'm like, well, either way, like, there's stuff you can do to just like, this and that, and just fatalistic, like not interested in any part of getting better. She just wanted to die as soon as possible.
Finding out your roommate has terminal cancer and is keeping it secret would be devastating for most people. And to Travis's credit, when Liz finally told him after 4 months, he did try to convince her to get treatment. The problem is that just a few weeks later, that same concern evaporated. Because when Liz became inconvenient, Travis's sympathy disappeared pretty quickly.
Yeah, and it's not like our situation was that toxic or anything. It was just like she was over it. She was really jealous. She was,
Who was she jealous of?
Like everyone. Like, so after I got out of jail and onto probation and everything on the sex offense, I rebuilt my life back up from nothing. I started picking up concrete with Mexicans, at construction sites, like the lowest day labor I could find, just to pay, number one, my core costs and all that shit, my treatment, because I had like so much therapy and all this stuff, or that I had to pay for still.
Yeah.
So I was doing all that day labor, and since 2014, I guess, is when I got off onto treatment and all that, back in the world.
Yeah.
Since then, I built my life back up, to where I was running a whole electrical shop at a place that makes craft brewing equipment.
Yeah.
And I was the lead tech and the supervisor. I trained everyone under me. It was good, like $65K a year job salary.
Yeah.
By the end of it, and I worked there for like 7 years. I actually started there through a day labor company. Like, they were slowly just like sending me wherever, and then I was like,
was that with Cody Manufacturing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So like that's where I started there, just grinding welds, and worked my way up to like implementing, because I didn't even have one. I was like, I could do this for you, and then I started doing it, and then we needed more of them, so I'm like, well, we I made it a bigger room,
Yeah.
But anyway, so like from back then until now, she basically did nothing with her life.
Okay.
Like she used it all as an excuse to just be depressed and drink, and she got really bad alcoholism. Like, she was just
How would that make you feel
so
that
much.
How would that make you feel that you had to work so hard, you're paying for all this house, and she's just living?
I mean, not great, but I had enough money to do it, so I was like, whatever. And she would remind me every chance she got that it's my fault, and that, you know, well, I wouldn't be like this if you didn't do that. And this, you know, like
She would blame you for her unhappiness.
Absolutely. Like that's any chance she got, and her inability to do anything about it. You know, like go get a job, do like that. Well, she's like, you think I could get a job like this, and you know, just like the nastiest stuff, and like definitely my fault in some way. Like I felt I owed it to her for doing that.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
right?
Because it did like crush her spirit. You know, when I got arrested and stuff.
Yeah.
So like I did feel guilty. I felt like I owed her. You know, I felt like maybe I could help her like come back around and get on her own feet and like, you know, all of the above, and like I'd help her like go shopping for, you know, her business.
Yeah. What was her business?
The main thing was just selling stuff online.
Okay.
On like eBay. Like it started with random old stuff, and then lately it had been like towels and robes and stuff through an actual distributor. And
Travis has taken a page from the Narcissist Handbook, presented himself as the self-made success story, while Liz wasted her potential. He went from day labor to a $65,000 salary. He sold towels on eBay. He's moving forward, and she's stuck in the past. Notice how he's setting up the value equation here. His life matters, and hers doesn't. At least not to him.
Was there any ever point you had to get physical with her?
I mean, she definitely was pretty physical and came at me a few times, you know, mostly, like, I never, like, punched her or, you know, anything like that. Like, mostly, if anything, it'd be, like, wrestling type grappling, where she would try to, like, come at me and I would just, like, hold her down and be like, stop it. You know what I mean? Like, that's
How would you hold her down if you had to?
I mean, usually by the wrist, so she couldn't swing at me, you know, because she's hit me several times and this and that. But like, I would not. Most of the time, she would calm down, and then I'd either leave or, you know, I'd say just go in your room, I'll go in my room. We can talk about this in the morning, kind of thing. Or,
yeah.
Like give her a few more shots so she got too drunk to do anything, you know, more violent. And like, I don't know, I was doing the best I could with that, you know, like just whatever I could to placate her and, you know, bring her some supplies and, you know, let her off, you know, some other way than actually dealing with the problem that she was having, which was usually bullshit anyway.
Yeah. Do you recall, and maybe you don't, I just know what we were looking at some stuff. Do you recall an incident in May where she called the police on you?
May. And I think the last time was I called 911 on her.
Okay. Do you know when that was?
I can't tell you exactly, but...
Was it recent, like last few weeks, last few months, last few years?
No, last few months probably.
Okay.
It's probably, I don't know, probably near her birthday. Because like any holiday, her birthday is Valentine's, any of that, she just goes totally downhill. Like, just because of like, family, you know, love, family, you know, Christmas, like every time, just a fucking mess. Like, I try to be there supporting through it, you know, but yeah, it's because she felt like she had nothing. So I was family and, you know, friends and, you know, boyfriend or whatever it was, you know. So like, it was probably around her birthday. I would imagine.
Would it have been something that was there any point in that time frame that you put your hands on her that she would have tried to report to the police? Whether that was physical, as far as like you said, trying to hold her down. Did you ever hit her? Did you ever have to push her away from you in that time frame that you thought maybe you had called the police, and maybe it is that you called the police, but
when I called it was because she was chasing me around with a fucking knife.
Okay.
And I mean, in the past we got a little bit of physical, but not just like, oh, I'm just beating on you for the fun of it. It was like she was pretty tough, Polish, and like a lot of attitude, and she'd come out. You know what I mean? Like it was definitely like a two-way altercations, if anything.
Right.
It was never like full-on like close fist like punches. You know what I mean? It was always like you said, like grabbing her maybe by her arms and like putting her down on the sofa and being like, don't get up, like, you know, and like, you know, I want to go this way, or like, you know, like trying to like separation, kind of like grabbing her to touch her, to move her, you know, like.
Do you ever recall ever grabbing her around her throat?
I don't think I ever did that, like. No. I remember, I might even have it on video where she's like actually trying to make marks on her own neck so she can call, you know, and like, you know, like that kind of shit. Like she was literally like terrorizing me with it, with calling the police on me when I'm like, you know, mainly there trying to help her.
Yeah. What made you stick her down if she was trying to fabricate?
Well, because most of the time she wouldn't, you know, and then, you know, if the cops did show up, you know, she would, you know, just be like, oh no, you know, she wouldn't pursue it or press charges or anything. So it's like they weren't, you know, at the end of the day, it was kind of empty threats, and I knew it, so it wouldn't upset me that bad.
At this point, Travis should be aware he's digging himself deeper because he keeps admitting to putting his hands on Liz. Sure, he frames every incident as self-defense. She came at him. She hit first. She had knives. But for a 6'4" guy claiming to be the victim, he's awfully detailed about physically overpowering a woman who weighed maybe 110 pounds and had terminal cancer. That math isn't matching.
I do want to talk about now Liz, okay, and what you remember when you saw her and found her. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you remember what day it was?
To be honest, not specifically. No, I think it was after that night. I think
The night on her inside?
When everyone was there and everyone got scared off.
Okay.
So I think it might have been the next day when I went and slept and got in trouble for not calling, and then came back to finish the race. Might have been that night.
Okay.
Which I don't know what Tuesday was. I don't know. I think, but I could probably figure it out by looking at my phone.
Okay. We'll get that in a minute.
But yeah. So we were mostly hanging out, having a good time. It was just me and Liz. We were getting drunk and high, and I think at some point she turned, you know, and started getting nasty and fighting, and not physical, but like, you know,
arguing,
verbal, and like I told her, you know, it's stupid. All I was doing is getting a cigarette, this and that, you know, like over that shit again, over everything, over brakes not being done, over, you know, whatever. And she's like, well, I'm definitely, you know, once those brakes are done, I'm leaving. And I was like, yeah, you f***ing are, you know, like, there's no way you're staying here any more time, because I've given her, I filed like 2 or 3 evictions and never turned them into the actual court, you know, but I posted them. I gave her, you know, 10 days once and 3 days another time because she was being violent. Checked that like 3-day violent thing on the eviction, you know, and then hung it up on the door. And generally that would scare her into like,
calming down.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'll be good, like, I'll quit drinking, this and that, please don't do that, I'm not ready to leave, like, I don't have anywhere to go, I don't have any money, you know, so it would snap her out of it, which seemed to be like the plan, kind of, you know, after, you know, that's kind of what I was doing, but also it was like, if you're not if you don't like get with it, you know, like I'm gonna turn this in, kind of thing. That it was, you know,
no more chances.
Like I can't do it, you know, and so I did threaten again that I was like, you're definitely not staying here. I mean, I'm gonna put up another eviction notice, and as soon as these breaks are fixed, and you know, I don't care like how much cancer you have, I don't care how much petty bullshit you have, how much you think I owe you over my offense, like none of it. Like I don't care what the fuck, you're definitely leaving this time. Like I don't care where you go, like you are leaving. Like I can't let you stay here anymore. I can't not sleep in my own house because you're so like ragey, and like I'm afraid to sleep in my own bed. Like I can't with my anxiety and shit. Like I can't relax enough knowing she's out there in the house to actually just fall asleep and be peaceful in my own bed.
Right.
I don't know, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know what she's gonna do. You know what I mean? Like literally, like she's done a lot, and I didn't know what she's gonna do. And most of the time, even if I'm there and trying to sleep, she'll just stand in front of my door and yell through the door to the point where I can't even fall asleep. You know. So it's like. So anyway, like, yeah, that night I did tell her, like, this is it, and she's like, good, because I'm definitely ready to leave, and all I'm waiting for is you to do the truck like you said you would, you know, and like, you know, just back into that. And
yeah.
I'm like, well, don't worry, it's going to be done, and you're going to be gone. And
was it physical at all that day?
I don't think so. I think we were just arguing, and then it was maybe like the last time it was physical was maybe 2 weeks ago or something.
Okay.
And yeah, but no, it was like that. That's it. I told you about it. You even asked, and I warned you it was going to be like that, and then it was exactly like that. And then but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You tried to bring her into my room. I was like, that's not what happened at all. You know, you saw it. It wasn't, you know. We weren't naked, we weren't, you know what I mean? I was literally like, she was in the doorway, and I was like picking up a cigarette, and that's it, you know?
Yeah.
Like, but, so, I don't know, I've been kind of trying to like, rack my brain, like, ever since of like, what was it, you know? What was it that set her off? What was it that was the final straw? What was it that I did or said? Or was it seeing her? Was it knowing that, or thinking I was serious this time about not giving her any more time?
Honestly, the audacity of Travis sitting here claiming Liz killed herself because he was finally serious about evicting her is next level narcissism. Like, even in death, he's making it about him. She didn't kill herself because you threatened her, Travis. She died because you strangled her. But sure, keep pretending your eviction notice drove her to suicide.
So, real quick, let me back up before I get too far. You went to sleep at night on the back couch.
Yes.
And then you woke up the next day with the sun out.
Yes.
Okay, keep going, sorry.
So it's definitely a morning, and I started to like walk towards the house to go in and like, you know, take a shower, get a drink, like whatever, you know, normal. I'm like a little confused, you know, because I don't usually stay there and whatever, but we were up talking late, mostly like good, and like not getting along, you know, not,
yeah.
Wasn't all arguing all night or anything, and it wasn't physical, and you know, so I woke up, started heading inside, and that's when I found her, just like across the sidewalk between the car and the truck, and I mean, I wasn't expecting that. Like,
what did you see when you looked at her?
I mean, saw a lot of flies on her, a lot of bruising. Like, I don't know why so many bruises, and like, you know, the cord, obviously, and just like.
Could you tell where the cord was?
What? What did you say?
Could you tell where the cord was?
Like around her neck? Like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see it. Like she was just out there between the tracks.
And you think that, so the last time you spoke with her, saw her alive, was that night, at night?
Yeah, the previous night.
Right. And then you wake up and then you find her, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And then what happens after, like you said, you're surprised to find her this way, you see her, what happens next?
I kind of just freaked out, and like I didn't really know what to do, and I didn't know, like, I mean, I knew on some level I should like call it in, you know, but I didn't. For some reason I didn't, and I just couldn't. Like I was still like very like kind of fuzzy about what or why or where what I should do, you know, like I'm not, once I get that like that much like panic and anxiety and this and that, like I can't think very well.
Okay.
And you know, obviously hurt as well, because it's like my friend's gone, you know. So I don't know, because of all the flies, it just grossed me out, and I was like mad about flies. So I kind of turned it a little bit and put a blanket over it so that the flies could get it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I just left.
You just left?
I think so.
Where'd you go?
I think so. I'm not totally sure.
And what'd you do the rest of that day?
Then I went out to a concert because one of my friends was actually playing.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, I went there, and then I told her, I had something she needed to help me with, and then went back to the house with her and showed her. I was like wanting to move her out of the middle of everything, you know, to like a little more discreet spot, or like, I don't know. I mean, it's not like I was trying to hide her or take her anywhere or anything like that, you know. I knew at some point it had to be dealt with, like, you know, the corners and this and that, you know. I was just like, I wasn't even thinking like, oh, you should never move a body, or, you know what I mean? Like, none of that like stuff I see on TV shows like came through my head at all. It was just like concerned with her, you know, and even though she was dead, like her well-being, and like, I don't know, like it's stupid, but I wanted her to be more comfortable, and like, I still don't know why I didn't call her. Like, I was just scared.
So when you said you asked her for help, did she help you move her?
Well, once she realized what I actually needed help with, she freaked out and left and called you guys, I think.
Did you call anybody else to tell them what had happened?
No.
After you left, what did you do next?
I think I drug her over there myself, since it wouldn't, you know, wouldn't help me. And I put a pillow under her head and a blanket over her. I don't know why.
How did you drag her over there?
Huh?
How did you drag her over there? Like, how did you move her?
Physically?
Mm-hmm.
I grabbed her feet, like by the feet.
By the ankles?
Yeah, ankles-ish. And tried to just carefully, like, pull her around to the other side of the car where it was, like, shady. I had plants. It's before she would get outside. There wouldn't be as many flies or any of that, you know. And she'd be okay. She was stupid because she's not dead, but I don't know. Some reason I wanted, like, her body would be comfortable. I don't know.
Here's the part that makes this whole case even more infuriating. Liz reported Travis for strangling her in May of 2022, 3 months before he killed her. Detective Ana Munoz was assigned the case, and you know what she did? Made one phone call that went to voicemail, and then gave up. She only made one attempt to contact Liz. The case was deemed low priority because Liz waited to report it. So when her voicemail was full, Munoz just moved on. 3 months later, Liz was dead, and Munoz got a whopping 3-day suspension for it. After a break, the detective comes with an important question.
What do you think she did?
I mean, I think it was finally too much to deal with and gave up. Like, I mean, I think she didn't want to. She probably believed me that I was going to do another eviction and let it stick. And for whatever reason, she didn't want to go to Florida. I don't know. I don't know why that wasn't like a good option. You know, she still wanted to stay. Like, I did provide a lot for her for basically nothing. You know, that she could just do what she wanted, and you know, maybe she was hoping that do that until she died or something. Like, I don't know. You know, I don't really know why she would. Besides everything else in her life, that's, you know, everything. I don't know what would make her want to do it and actually do it.
Had she ever talked about suicide before?
Yeah.
She had?
Yeah. All the time. I have it on tape. I have a lot of this on tape. I recorded several of our conversations all the time.
Do you guys have surveillance cameras in the back at all?
Yeah. And she's destroyed pretty much all of them.
So, meaning do they not function, or do they function to record?
No, she pretty much destroyed all the cameras in the house. Because I had a whole ring set up, inside cams, outside cams. Every time she finds one inside, she unplugs it or destroys it. All the outside ones she destroyed. So I mean, I wish she didn't, because I, you know, probably be walking out of here right now. But
is there any other surveillance cameras in that general area that capture your yard or anything that could help us that you recall?
There is one on the neighbor's house.
Which neighbor?
It might be pointed in the general direction, like across the alley.
Okay.
But I don't think any of the other ones would have. Either don't have cameras that I've seen, or if they do, they're like, you know, down by the doorway or something where it wouldn't really show anything. But.
Okay. Also, you talked about calling your mom, calling her friend to let them know what happened. You, I think you said and I might be wrong, but at some point you might have called someone else between the time frame. But would you allow us to look into your phone to confirm that?
That I said these things?
That you did call
these calls?
Yeah.
I will show it. I'll bring it up and show it to you, but
okay.
You know, my phone is somewhat personal and private.
Okay.
But I can definitely pull up those texts and the phone call to my mom and the Facebook messages to her friend that said, you know, Liz isn't with us anymore.
And you understand you don't have to do that, correct?
Yes, but I mean, if it would help me, like, get out of here, I will do that. But if it's just gonna, like, you know, I mean, what's the point of it?
Well, I can't make you promises on what it's going to help with, right?
I mean, you're going to believe at least some more of my story. It's
right.
not just
and
a
that's,
story, right?
Right, and that's what I'm saying. The more things we can corroborate with you, right, on how things are coming, the more I can say either you're truthful or you're not truthful or you're mostly truthful, right?
I would do that. Like, if you give me my phone right now, I'll do it.
Okay.
Bring those messages right up.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not...
Does your phone have a passcode? And the reason I ask that is we can't just have you like this, because by saying that, what I mean is I don't want you to try and delete things or anything. I know you won't. I'm just saying. We'll just put it down here, and I'll have you show me those phone calls and the messages, or phone call and the messages you sent. Okay?
Yeah, but I will show you. You can watch that I'm not deleting anything. You can see what I'm doing, but I'm not... I would be more comfortable pulling him up.
Okay. And like I said, you know you don't have to do that, correct?
I'm showing you, but I will.
I'm going to get your phone real quick, okay? Give me a second so we can look at those calls. Sorry, I had to get this consent form also, okay? So I know we verbally said consent, but I'm going to just do a paper consent, okay? You can obviously revoke this at any time as well. This is just for you actually not for you. The district attorney who's watching does not want you to manipulate the phone. They would like for me to, in your view, and you tell me this is where the phone call is, and I will click on that only. I won't go into other stuff. Does that work?
I don't really feel comfortable unlocking it for you to have your way with it. Like I told you, like you can see I'm not deleting anything or anything and unlocking it, but I don't want you to just have, we got this consent form and run off and look through my whole phone, because that's my private business.
Okay.
Just by signing it, anyone in this whole building can like go through it and submit it to whatever and do whatever they want. Like that's not
with your consent, correct? But when you revoke consent, it stops. And I'm telling you, there's not a judge in this world that's going to say he revoked consent and you still have the right to go and do it.
There's a lawyer that needs to tell me that.
Okay.
On my side, because I don't see how that's like just giving you consent right there. There's no place to ungive it. There's no place that says, if you give it up. No, it's like you give consent to something that is obviously not allowed, or I wouldn't have to give consent for you to look.
You're giving me consent to go through the phone,
I
right?
would have to if it wasn't my right for you not to.
Detectives want to search Travis's phone to verify his story about calling his mom and texting Liz's friend. Sounds reasonable, right? Except Travis suddenly becomes a constitutional scholar, demanding to know if he can revoke consent and refusing to sign the form. For someone who's been cooperative for 2 hours, he's drawing a very suspicious line in the sand. Wonder what's on that phone that he doesn't want them to see.
Look, man, I know just kind of I've seen the pain you have with everything you were going through with Liz, be it the toxicity from the relationship between you two, friendship and relationship, having to deal with finding out she has cancer, having to deal with just the everyday negativity that both of you, I'm not going to blame one or the other, that both of you brought, right? I get all of that. I sense there was some sort of burdensome, though, right? And maybe I'm saying that incorrectly, but I feel like you were starting to get tired of this toxicity every day, right? And rightfully so. But at the end, after those last couple days, you were tired of her, the arguing, right?
I've been tired of it for 4 years.
I get it.
So
I'm not saying
no final I'm finally sick of it, so I'm gonna kill her. That's bullshit.
I never said you killed her.
And I'm not getting anywhere near.
Never said you killed her.
Neither did I. But
you just said you brought it up.
Telling me that, but this weekend you were definitely really sick of it, and you were over it. Yes, that doesn't mean it leads to anything else. Which is where
you assume that's where I was going.
I do.
Yeah, but that's an assumption, okay?
It is.
And I'm going to tell you, I'm assuming. Listen to me.
Careful about my words.
Listen to me, okay?
Saying, yes,
I'm assuming.
I've been sick of it. Yes, I was sick of it. Yes, I have been sick of it. Yes, I told her. I think it was not that day. It was a couple days earlier that I am not dealing with any more of this. I'm gonna do another eviction when the truck's complete, if you aren't packed up and gone, because she said, oh, I'm leaving this weekend, you know, she said that a few times. I was like, if you're not gone by the weekend, the eviction notice is going up. So I think in some way that put some finality on it. She believed it at the time. Mm-hmm. And that she was scared that she wasn't going to have anywhere to go or money to do it with or whatever the case may be. It wasn't that I was so sick of it, I was going to do something. I was so sick of her, I'm going to do an eviction. And she was so worried about that.
And one thing led to another, right?
I don't know. I don't know what happened, really. Like, I don't know what she did that night or what, you know, I didn't say anything that night that was so rude or upsetting. She would just, you know, make that call, but I've somewhat been afraid of this for months because she's just so downtrodden and shit on by every part of her life. Like, nothing goes right. Her entire life was crap, you know, like from being kidnapped to, you know, all of it.
And I think the one person she trusted and had some love with turned on her too.
Who's that?
You.
The nice detective routine is over. Time to stop pretending this is a friendly conversation and start treating it like what it is, a murder investigation.
You guys have had this toxic relationship. Neighbors have said it, okay? People have told us you guys cannot stop fighting. Cannot. Cats and dogs every time you two are together.
Pretty much.
Okay? And I know it's been physical. I know you have been physical with her.
Not like
I know you've hit her. I know you've strangled her. I know you've shoved her. Okay? Now we need to know why, though.
No.
She's 5'9". She's thin.
No,
okay?
No, that's not true at all.
It is true. She's reported it to the police that you have strangled her.
That's not true.
There's things on your phone you don't want us to see. That's why you don't want to give us consent.
That's not
There's
true.
people on your phone that can probably tell us.
No.
There's pictures you've sent of her dead body to people.
That's not true.
100% true.
No, it's not.
100% true.
No, it's not.
Guaranteed.
Who did I send?
You tell me. You want to be truthful, tell me.
That's not
I gave you an opportunity to be truthful with me.
That's not true at all, bud.
It is true.
I would never send a picture like that.
You did.
I did not.
And we have it.
I did not.
And we have it.
Let me see it.
What do you want to see it for? You already killed her.
I didn't know. Yeah, right, but I did not kill her.
You want to see your job again? The job you did?
See, this is...
At your hands?
This is where, like...
You beat her. You strangled her.
No.
You killed her.
I got attacked.
Okay? You killed her.
No, I didn't.
You did.
I really didn't.
You did.
I didn't.
Now, if you want to man up and be a 6'4" man and tell me how and why, go ahead. But if you want to sit here and act like it didn't happen, then don't.
That's not
okay,
true.
Don't lie to me anymore.
That's not
you
true.
tell me how it happened and why.
That's not true.
You just said you were attacked.
All the time by
Okay.
her. Like, it's not like I'm this big 6'4" guy get picking on a 5'10". No. She's feisty, she's Polish, she's fucking argumentative, she get drunk. All of the above. Like, it would usually be her attacking me, the other way around.
But you killed her.
No, I did not.
You beat her. You strangled her.
No.
You want to see what you did? Go ahead. I'll show you a picture of what you did again. You know what you did. You were in that backyard.
I did not.
With her.
I did not do it.
You did.
I did not. I guarantee it.
How are you so sure?
Because I know I didn't.
The last time you saw her alive, according to you, was at night. Right?
Yeah.
Yet I have video of you with her in the backyard arguing the morning she ends up dead.
That's not true.
It's 100% true.
Because when I woke up is when I found her. There's no way.
That is a lie.
And that's the same
It's
day.
100% a lie.
That's the same day earlier then.
Nope. You can remember everything for the last 14 years of this relationship.
No,
in pretty good detail, for the most part. There's some things you didn't remember exact dates, okay? I'm not asking for exact dates in this. What I'm telling you is you can tell me times she's pulled knives on you. You can tell me times she's been abusive to you. You can tell me times she's attacked you. Not once did you ever tell me a time when you attacked her unprovoked or provoked.
Unprovoked or not. Provoked, I told you I did.
So then, did she attack you on Thursday?
Like physically?
Any way that would make you provoked, in your words, to attack her and abuse her.
No.
Physically abuse her.
Just arguing.
But you did, so over arguing, you physically abused her.
No.
You did.
No.
You did. And we can prove that. There's marks. There's bruises.
That's not even the same thing.
What do you mean it's not the same thing?
Like, holding her from hitting me can leave a bruise. Like, holding her from smashing a bottle or smashing something.
But you've never told me that.
Can leave a bruise.
But you've never told me that. I asked you.
We were going over details of specific things. I was trying my best to remember.
But now you all of a sudden remember when I tell you did something to her.
No, you told me I killed her.
Yeah.
This is why I don't want you in my phone. This is why that, which is not true. So no, yeah, that's when I have a problem with it. Like, I came here to try to, like, get things straight.
To make up a story.
No, I'm not making up shit.
You had 2 days to make up a story. You didn't call us. You haven't come to find us.
I was about
You left the person you supposedly love in a backyard. You left the person you supposedly love without any help when you saw her struggling.
That's not true.
It's 100% true.
It's not true.
And if you can't be man enough, can't be man enough to tell me what happened.
It's not about.
That is zero love for her.
It's not about.
Zero love for her. You had already moved on.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, you had moved on. She's in the way, right? She's in the way.
You're so funny.
But then tell me what it is.
That are nowhere near in the way of Liz. Like, yeah.
No, Liz is in the way.
Go home. But
yeah, she's in the way.
You're so funny. I stay other places. I go to their houses. She's not in the way of anything other than, some theoretical life in my own house, which I know is going to get there eventually anyway. Like, it's no reason to kill her.
So why would you kill her?
I didn't.
You did.
I didn't. I really didn't.
Despite thinking all the cameras were off, Travis just got hit with the surveillance bomb. Remember how he spent 20 minutes explaining that Liz destroyed every Ring camera in the house? Well, turns out the neighbor's camera works just fine, and it caught him in that backyard with Liz the morning she died, not the night before, like he's been claiming.
Let me ask you this. How did it feel to go out and party all night while she's dead in your backyard, knowing you killed her, and you're out partying with Erica?
I didn't kill her.
How'd that feel? Feel good?
I didn't kill her.
Did it feel good?
I didn't kill her, and yes, it did.
So you had no remorse that this deceased person that you supposedly love is in your backyard?
It was too late. She already did it.
It doesn't matter whether it's too late.
It does.
No.
It does.
No. Because decent human beings call.
Decent, like you.
No, you're not decent. You don't leave a dead body in a backyard and be a decent person.
I wasn't just.
You don't.
Like,
no one.
Leave her there forever, obviously.
Yeah, you have shovels, right? What were you gonna do?
Yeah, right.
That's what you said in a text message.
No, it's not.
100% we have it.
No, it's not.
Mm-hmm. That's why you don't want me in your phone.
No, that's not true either.
Yeah, because you got pictures of her that you've sent.
I didn't send
you have text strings telling people she's dead. Telling people you have shovels.
Yeah, right. You're just lying now.
I'm not lying. I don't need to lie to you.
I never said that.
I don't need to lie to you. You, on the other hand, needed to lie to me, and you've done it.
I definitely did not. I've been trying to recall stuff as best I could.
Tell me why, though. Why would you kill her?
I didn't, so I can't.
Why wouldn't you just let her go back to Florida? Why'd you have to do that to her?
I wanted to.
No, you didn't, because you killed her.
No, I didn't.
You did.
I didn't, though. I really didn't. She did.
She killed herself?
Yes.
With the cord of what? How? How does that do it? How does that kill somebody? You said it yourself earlier. That we would never believe that she did that to herself, right?
Well,
you said that yourself earlier.
I'm like,
right.
From looking at it, not many people do that to themselves.
Exactly.
Like with that specific object.
Exactly.
So that's why you panicked. That's why one of the reasons, not that is why. Obviously, my friend being dead is one.
Such a friend, you leave her in a yard and go party at a rave. Come on, man, don't fill me with that bullshit. She is not a friend if you can leave her and go party.
That's not like that at all.
Making out with all damn night. That's a true friend, that you leave her in the backyard.
I wasn't making out.
Come on now, don't fill me with that. That's crap.
I told her we had just started kind of hanging out, and besides being a little clingy, we were not, you know.
You told me you were kissing and some other stuff, okay?
Yeah, but nothing like having sex or this.
I never said you had sex with not once.
Neither did I.
Okay, what I said is
So now
you cannot have.
Her.
You told me you've kissed her.
Yeah, but
so I'm not making it up.
What I was out there doing all night.
You were out partying. You didn't give a shit about.
You don't know
Liz being in your backyard.
I definitely gave a shit.
No, you didn't, because you didn't even call anybody.
I definitely. Gave
well, actually, let me take that back.
Me.
I think you called. Pretty sure you called, right?
He's my. I call him all the time.
And told him what was going on. Knew, because you texted her a picture of it.
It's wrong.
Knows, but I don't know if that's because of you or. Okay?
I definitely never texted a picture of that.
You did.
All. No, I didn't.
You did.
No, I didn't.
I can prove it, and you'll see it later.
I got it.
At the end of the day, man, if you don't want to sit here and tell me why, then look like a monster.
I'm not.
You want to be a monster? Then look like a monster.
I'm not.
You can care less about Liz. That's sad.
I care about her a lot.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Tell me
you
that.
did not show one bit of caring for Liz.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
For years and years.
Yeah, and you got tired of it.
No. I mean, I got tired of all her bullshit.
Yep.
And all her whining and all that.
Now she's a whiner.
It doesn't mean I'd take it to that level of killing her. I didn't.
Yeah, I'm not saying you did it intentionally.
I know it.
So tell me how it happened. If it's not intentional, tell me how. Did you go a little too far?
No, I didn't do it.
Did you not mean to do?
No, I didn't do it. She did.
She did. A way that, like you even said yourself, no one would ever believe she did that to herself.
Well, it seems bad. Like, it seems like something that someone else would do. That's what I mean. It's not like, oh, there's a knife in her hand and it's bloody. You know, it's like a cord. It seems like you wouldn't do that to yourself. I don't know. That was in my head. Like, when you were trying to get me to say, like, why I panicked and left. And that was one reason I panicked and left, because the way she did it to herself made it seem like, I thought it was like, no one's gonna believe that. You know what I mean? Like,
because you couldn't even believe it yourself. That's why you panicked. You were like, well, this ain't gonna look right. You killed her.
No, I didn't.
You strangled her.
Nope.
You beat her.
Nope. Nope. Not at all. Not at all.
This lady who had breast cancer, you beat her and you killed her.
Wrong.
Not wrong.
Wrong, dude. That is so wrong. I did not do that.
It's worth pointing out the near impossibility of someone strangling themselves to death with a piece of cord. Remember, Travis says he found her laying down in the backyard. She wasn't hanging anywhere or used something as leverage to maintain the cord's pressure around her neck. You can't strangle yourself with your own hands. Once blood flow to the brain is cut, Liz would have passed out within seconds, and her hands and body would have stopped working well enough to keep pressure on the cord. A toddler could have made up a more believable story.
You beat her.
Nope.
Put your hands around her neck. Or around her chin, right here. You did.
Maybe, but not.
Oh, maybe. Now.
It.
First you told me you never did that.
I didn't say never.
You did. When I first asked you if you ever have strangled her, you said never.
Not strangle, but put my hands around her neck, sure.
Yeah, several times, because she's reported it. That you have strangled her.
Yeah, and I could show you the picture where she's like doing it to herself to make sure there's marks when the cops get there. You know, like, it's literally like, I have that coming back at you. Oh, you strangled her. Like, you know.
Now you want to blame her.
No.
For putting marks on herself.
No.
And killing herself.
In that situation where she was back, I don't even remember how long ago that was when she called in that I strangled her, if she even did. You know, like, and I got her on video making marks. I was like, what are you making marks?
So let us get into your phone to see these videos.
When the cops get there, like, you know, then, oh, there's no marks because she stopped doing it and she just said some bullshit. And
let us into your phone to see these videos.
Yeah, after you showed your real, you know, hands up. I don't think so.
Yeah, because you're hiding stuff.
No, I'm hiding
100%.
my private life. You can look at the text.
Yeah, your private life of you killing her.
Yeah, right. So let's go ahead and revoke everything. I'm obviously not here to explain why I was too panicked to report a suicide immediately. I'm just here to get bullied into whatever.
Bullying into anything.
Yeah, right. Like, you think I killed her.
Evidence will show you killed her.
As someone who's like, you know,
evidence will show
until proven guilty. You ever heard that?
I have.
So how are you sitting here calling me a murderer and asking me why?
That's what the courts are for, to prove your innocence.
So why
or
are you
guilt.
doing it here? You're supposed to be collecting facts, etc.
I have collected facts.
Enough to make up your mind that I'm a murderer?
Yes.
That's a judge's job. Isn't that what you just said?
What do you think a judge signed? Why are you in here? A judge signed a first-degree murder warrant for your arrest. That's why you're here. I don't make it up. You were here. You were brought here on a warrant for first-degree murder signed by a judge.
And when someone dies and the other person...
So you asked me...
Sure.
You asked me...
They assume that?
If I'm the one making the decision. No. A judge signed a warrant for your arrest. I'm telling you everything I've collected up to this point. Surveillance video of you arguing in the backyard with her.
Yep, tons of that.
Yep. But hours before she's dead. You watching her.
Pretty much a daily thing.
You watching her on the ground after you have abused her physically and she is deceased.
No.
Watching her as you play on your phone. No. Taking a picture of her. A video of her saying, yay.
Yeah, right.
No, I have it. It's proof.
Yeah, right.
You'll see it in court.
Never happened, so I doubt it.
100% happened. And I have it.
Never happened.
Well, your word against mine, and your defense attorney will get it. But this was your opportunity to tell me why and how. And you chose not to.
No, I tried to tell you why I left and didn't report it.
Why you killed her.
The question why I killed her, I cannot answer because I did not kill her. So you can't tell me I chose not to do that. No, I chose to not be able to answer something that I can't answer because it's not the truth.
You chose to sit here and lie.
No, I'm not lying.
You are, because I have proof you've sent pictures. I have proof you've talked to people.
I didn't send anyone any pictures. Like, prove that, first of all. Like, that's such bullshit.
I already have it. I don't have to prove it. I already have it.
Yeah, bullshit.
Okay, call bullshit. Ask your attorney.
Let's get one in here so we can finish this conversation.
I'm done with the conversation if you want an attorney. Let's conclude the interview. Current time is 4:40 p.m.
All consent revoked. You want to write that down somewhere? Like,
it's right there in the video. You'll be going to jail.
After 2 hours of denial, Travis Tuomi was formally charged with first-degree murder. Despite his insistence that Liz committed suicide, the evidence told a different story. The medical examiner determined that Elizabeth died from strangulation and blunt force trauma. Her injuries were consistent with a sustained violent assault. The extension cord around her neck showed evidence of being used as a weapon, not a suicide method. She had defensive wounds on her hands and arms. She fought back. Detectives uncovered Travis's history of domestic violence against Liz, including multiple police calls and a restraining order attempt. Text messages revealed he'd threatened to evict her just days before her death, telling her he didn't care about her cancer and wanted her gone immediately. The surveillance footage Travis claimed didn't exist? The neighbor's camera captured enough to contradict his timeline. He lied about when he last saw her alive. At trial, prosecutors argued that Travis killed Liz after a final argument about the other woman, Erica. The jealousy that had defined their toxic relationship boiled over, and Travis finally lost control. After killing her, he tried to stage it as a suicide, then spent 2 days partying and making out with another woman before someone forced him to face reality. In 2024, Travis Tuomi was convicted of second-degree murder and sentenced to 48 years in prison. He maintains his innocence to this day. Our thoughts are with Liz and her family, who deserved so much better than the hand they were dealt. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you enjoyed, and check out one of the craziest cases I've ever covered right here.